Hey guys, this is Riya Soni and welcome to the DevOps Pro English channel. Taking into account all your requests, we are starting the Helm for Beginners series. Just like all our other series, the series will consist of animated videos along with practice questions, and we will explain and learn Helm in the simplest way possible. Before diving into the series, if you have no idea about Kubernetes, please watch the videos from our DevOps Pro channel's CKA series and get a basic understanding of Kubernetes. And if you want to watch Helm videos in Hindi, you can find them on our DevOps Pro channel. So go ahead and subscribe to both of our channels and hit the bell icon so that you will be the first to receive notification about all our latest videos. So, the first topic of this series will be what is Helm. To understand what Helm is, let's imagine that we have an application that we want to deploy in Kubernetes. And to deploy this application, we will need to deploy a lot of objects within Kubernetes, such as deployments, where we will deploy our application, stateful sets, which will contain our database, persistent volumes and persistent volume claims for storage purposes, service accounts, cluster role bindings, services, and finally, we will need to create ingress resources to expose our application so that we can access it on a specific domain. So, we will need to create all these objects in order to deploy our application in Kubernetes and access it easily. And as far as we know about Kubernetes, if we were to deploy all these objects, we would have to deploy their YML files individually, one by one, right? And if in the future we need to make any changes, we would have to go into each file to make those changes. And it's not like there will only be our application running in our Kubernetes cluster. There will be multiple other objects deployed. In such cases, if someone else need to make changes to the objects of our application, they first need to figure out where these objects are deployed and most importantly, which objects are running for our application. So you can see that deploying a large application in the Kubernetes is a challenging task. Because Kubernetes doesn't know if there is an application deployed here and how many objects are associated with that application. Each object is an individual object and Kubernetes only ensures that your created individual object is present in the Kubernetes cluster. Nor do we have a central place where we can see all the objects associated with our application and from one central place make any changes or update their values. We would need to go into each YML file of each object to make changes. And imagine if tomorrow we need to delete our application from the cluster, we would have to go and delete each individual object one by one. These are the problems when we want to deploy many objects of a large application individually within Kubernetes cluster. And to solve this problem, Helm was created. So let's now understand what is Helm. Helm is the package manager within Kubernetes. Similar to how we have package managers on our machines that allow us to easily install any package. With these package managers, we don't need to worry about how many libraries need to be installed in the backend or where they need to be installed. It's the responsibility of the package manager to correctly install the packages dependent libraries on our machines and in the right location. Similarly, Helm is a package manager within Kubernetes, and its responsibility is to install our application, or you could say to deploy all the objects associated with that application in the correct places within Kubernetes. With Helm, we can install our application with a single command. And likewise, we can delete the entire application with a single command. We don't need to individually create or delete each object. And a special feature of a Helm is that it treats our application as an actual application within Kubernetes cluster. That means it knows how many Kubernetes objects we need to deploy to install our application. So when we run the install command, it deploys all the associated objects together, and when we run the delete command or the uninstall command, it deletes all the objects associated with that application all at once. Here we can very effectively track how many objects of our applications are deployed, and simultaneously within Helm we can update any values we want from a central place. Helm provides us with a values.yaml file where we can write and update whatever we need in our application. We don't have to go into each object's file to update them. If we want to roll back to any previous revision of the application, we can easily do so within Helm. Thus, Helm provides us with so many features to treat our application as an application in Kubernetes and to install and uninstall it using a single command without worrying about how many objects are involved. And at the same time, it provides us a central place, namely the values.yml file, so we can update things in our application. So this was a basic introduction to Helm. We have discussed so many features today, and we will see them in more detail and use them in the upcoming videos. That's all for today's videos. If you like this video, please give it a like, subscribe to the channel so you can watch, learn and understand all the upcoming videos about Helm on our DevOps Pro English channel in the simplest way possible. And if you want to watch this video in Hindi, you will find the link in the description box. See you in the next video where we will learn each topic more carefully and practically with lots of practice. Thank you.